Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. We're heading back to Treviso once again because Lucanus wants to speak to us. Well, more correctly, he wants to speak to someone else to have coffee, but he wants us to be there. So, that's where we're going to go. We're going to head over to Treviso once more. So, world map, and then Treviso. Yes. And we have to take Lucanus with us, because it's his quest. Who else are we taking? I think Bellara Lucanus still makes sense for me. They still trigger the same kind of things. We know we're going to take Nev in the next area we go to. Well, after we go to Arlathan Forest again. Maybe I could take Nev, I suppose. But let's just see if Bellara and Lucanus are out of dialogue. Yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. So we'll see what happens. We kind of know what we're doing. Right, so spend time with Lucanus. I also don't know if this is even a combat section or if the other companion even matters. It could just literally be one conversation and then we're done here. And then we'll see where things go from there. Oh, that's Jacobus, isn't it? Or is that Air? Oh, it's Jacobus.
Are you okay, Jacobus?
No. After we lost our families, Derek and I promised we'd look out for... I hate the Antom so much.
Okay, moving on. I was just a little distracted there because it looked like Rook couldn't actually stay still for 2 seconds. It was just him just like...
You ever talk to Jacobus?
Oh.
I try to talk to all the fledglings. You included.
Sorry, I'm new at this. Not just at throwing marks.
Okay. But yeah, Rook was kind of stuck in his idle animation, going a little crazy there for a second. Where are we actually going? We are going here, which is just across. Oh, okay. So yeah, we might as well just continue following the marker because we're pretty much there. I just wanted to check if there was a fast travel nearby, but I think we're pretty much set.
How did you learn to fix ancient elven things?
Trial and error, mostly. Take something apart, then try to put it back together again, you know?
It cannot be easy to know if you've done it right, when it never worked in the first place.
Sometimes it's less important to know what it was intended to do, and more about getting it to do what you want instead.
Okay, fair enough. Down here. And... ooh. Start quest. Okay. Spend time with Lucanus. Lucanus meets Ilario for coffee and spends time in Treviso, talking about how life has changed since his imprisonment.
Come on, Ilario will meet us at Cafe Pietra. It's not that far from here. We have time before he arrives. I wouldn't mind looking around a while.
Also, I noticed we don't appear to have our weapons on us currently. So, I think this is a peaceful section.
The markets are running. Good. I need to get some things while we're here. Treviso. I barely had time to look around when we returned from the ossuary.
This place, does it feel very different?
In some ways, more than I expected. But then, perhaps it's me.
Okay.
Ah, here.
A potted plant?
For Harding's garden. Spearmint is supposed to calm bad dreams. It's good in desserts, too.
Fair enough.
So, you and Ilario are cousins?
Yes, but we're more like brothers. Katarina took us both in, a long time ago now.
Okay.
Here's the place.
Fish for... Bellara?
Bellara mentioned the dayless seafood recipe she wants to make.
The demon of Virantium is grocery shopping for the team?
Have you seen what they eat? It's a miracle you didn't all starve before you hired me.
When we met, it didn't seem like Ilario and Katarina were close.
It was hard to be close to her, even for me. And I was her favorite.
Oh.
A good selection.
Orange, or is that apples for Nev?
Fresh fruit.
Oh.
Nev only eats fried fish. You'd think a detective would have discovered scurvy by now.
Is that everything on the list?
Yes, and Ilario should be here by now. Let's go before he gets himself in trouble.
Okay, let's go. Me try and figure out what type of fruit it is. He just goes, it's fruit. Very straightforward. Oh, also.
You can't buy something for everyone but yourself. Here, this is for you.
A wyvern-toothed dagger? I loved wyverns as a boy. Katarina would never let me have one of these, though.
Well, Katarina's not around anymore, is she?
Someday the Anthem will push too far, and Treviso will push back.
Fair enough. Right, let's head in here and see what's going on at the cafe. Which I said was a quest, I think, the first time we came in here, but...
Cafe Pietra is just ahead.
That's where we're meeting your cousin? Why not the casino?
House Cantori has many talents. Making coffee is not one of them.
Yeah, I said this was a quest area the first time we came here, and turns out I was right. This is very much a quest area. Just not the type of quest I thought it would be. And, hello, Ilario.
Finally. I thought you might leave me here all by my lonesome.
Please. You think I'd ever pass up Cafe Pietra's coffee?
You see, Rook, my cousin is all stomach and no heart.
Don't mind him. Ilario cannot appreciate anything but himself. They serve a specialty roast here, Andoral's breath. Bitter and sweet, like a kiss goodbye. You should try it.
Okay. Let's just say perfection.
You just described my dream cup of coffee. So, is there a reason we're not talking about Ilario's information, or what?
We're still being spied on.
No, the last one just left. Couldn't take your coffee talk.
So, you have something?
The crows I sent after Sarah have picked up her trail. They say she's gone to Virantium.
Nev could help.
I have a friend who's very good at finding people.
Katerina was first Talon. This is crow business. We can handle it.
Apparently not. Your lead is no good, cousin.
You have better information?
We're compromised. There's no other way Zara could even touch Katerina. You need your eyes here, in Antiva.
Sarah would never be foolish enough to stay. Not with you out for blood.
Of course she would. If the crows protecting her are here.
Rook, reason with him, would you? He's being paranoid.
I am not paranoid. She came after me. She came after Katerina. She will come for you too.
If it'll make you feel better, I'll clean house, all right? Leave it to me.
Okay.
He's gone.
Of course he is. Ilario always caves under pressure.
Let's focus on Zara.
Zara's not going to get Ilario, and she's not getting away with anything she's done. I promise.
Don't promise. But thank you.
Oh, well, the rules say we have to flirt.
Bitter and sweet. You called that blend. Like a kiss goodbye. So, what would a first kiss be?
Honey and lavender cream. Sweet. Intriguing. And you? How would you describe it?
I might need a reminder.
First kisses? It's been a while. I might need a refresher.
I see. You lead an adventurous life.
No more than you, I'm guessing.
I've always thought that to live truly is to live fully. But even before I was captured, my life was not really my own. So much had been determined for me.
Family expectations are tough.
Being grandson to the first Talon must come with a lot of baggage.
And when I proved I could carry it, the expectations only grew.
It can't have been easy, but it's forged a man of strength and principle. That's no bad thing.
Not when I hear that from you. How's your coffee?
Dark, complex, and intriguing. Ready to head back to the lighthouse?
Almost.
Okay, that was an interesting scene. Lucanus did some shopping in the Treviso markets and got a further look at the Antam's occupation of the city. After meeting with Ilario for coffee, he remains worried that Zara will hurt his cousin as she did him and Katerina. You can equip Crowkeeper. It's a much higher damage and much higher stagger weapon. And with Lucanus in your party, critical ability hits apply bleeding. This was one that we could buy in the shop as well. Nearly weightless and as sharp as a wyvern's claw, this folded blade cuts as keen and quietly as the assassin wielding it. Let's go for it then. We also got a codex update, it said. Also, is this just telling us we got the weapon? No, we have 2 points to spend. Okay. So do we want to go further down here to upgrade this, because it's what we've been using? Or, what do we want to do? Oh no, we could also go further into here, get a Viscerate to do damage versus barriers, which would give it a much better use case, potentially. Potentially could be what we're after here, just a lot more damage on that. This one lowers the cooldown duration, which is good. When the ability deals critical hit, you gain precision. What's this? Next charged or final attack will be a critical. What's the other side? Ability deals a critical hit. Any active afflictions that on the target will gain additional stack and have their durations reset. I do like that as well. Sundered duration. Sundered effectiveness, and then adds an extra hit dealing 100% as physical damage. I like this, refreshing any stacks. Currently we are a little bit of a stack build, but none of this seems necessary. Like, it seems good, but it seems like none of this is something that I need to have on it. Let's go down to Viscerate. It's our other ability. So damage versus barrier would be what we take. Then you have to choose a path. So we could go down a path that lets us do damage versus high health, adds an extra hit dealing 50% as physical, and then applies necrosis and bleeding, which I do like. Or damage versus low health, defeats an enemy, its cooldown is reduced, and damage scaling based on missing health. I actually prefer this, because the reason why we're using it initially is to do the necrotic resistance, so I want to use it more when they're high on health. So let's go versus barrier and then versus high health, because that's when we want to use it, right? We want to hit them at high health because we want to apply the necrotic resistance. So that makes sense to me. Or the negative necrotic resistance, I should say. Okay. Well, we're done here. So, next quest. That was fairly straightforward. Next quest is going to be probably Harding's quest, because it's the first quest that we haven't done that we got. We got to go to Arlathan, which is also an exploration area. So, back to exploration. Let's start by... I guess we don't have to fast travel to Arlathan, right? No. Well, we do actually. We do have the fast travel to Arlathan. Oh, perfect. Well, that's what we want to do then. Also, there's a thing that says new quests available in this area. Huh. Okay. Oh yeah, do we have any other quests in here? Oh, yes. The other quest we had was to kill the level 25 enemy, of course. So that's the one we're not doing. So let's travel here. Can I change my companions on the way? Probably. Let's see. Yeah, how do I change? Oh, I can change them up here, right? I can change them at the little marker up here.
If what happened at Demeter's Crossing spreads.
Right. There we go.
When?
So we're looking to have Bellara and Harding with us, because they both have quests in the area. So we're back to the well, we're back to our second squad.
Around the time Solus is
And then what we want to do is we want to go in here and just make sure they've got abilities that work together. So you have the ability to detonate Sundered. Harding has the ability to apply Sundered. That's perfect. You probably don't need slow time if Harding has slow time, because Harding's is upgraded. So let's replace slow time for you with something else. Applied weakened, galvanized tear. I do like this. Let's take that for then, and I think I'll keep the heal on for now. I think we still need that. And then Harding I'm pretty happy with. Yeah. Cool.
went wrong.
The animals sensed it right away, before we even knew. Whole flocks of birds scattered to the wind. I figured something wicked was brewing. Then the holler made scarce, and I knew for sure.
Oh, Morrigan's still here. Okay. Darren, I really should have insisted to Melia that she leave the depths of the forest earlier. I knew something was wrong. My magic felt different. The air felt charged. Even the wind rustling through the leaves sounded like a warning. She told me to go ahead, to wait by the river. I was there with the others when we started seeing the lights in the sky. Her Aravel never made it out. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's
Bits and bobs for just the right
while
price.
we're over here, just sell some things to the Veil Jumpers. I'm going to sell everything I have to the Veil Jumpers. I'm going to commit a little bit to them here. Gives us a lot of strength and a lot of currency. So now we can actually rank up them as well. Wonderful. So we need some more of that same kind of thing, that gooey looking substance that we don't really know what it is. I'm assuming that if we need that new resource to upgrade a shop, that rank 1 is something that we should just do wherever we are, because the resources for that are a lot more plentiful. So anyway, let's see what we've got. We've got an upgrade to Veil's Edge, which will increase its damage. It's not what I have equipped, so is there a way of seeing compare here? I can do compare there, I just can't do compare on this one, unfortunately. There we go, I can see what I have here. 124 on our longbow here versus 119. Precision on every third weak point hit, apparently, is what we'd get here. Okay. Don't know if we need that immediately. We'd get an upgrade for this heavy helmet, which would increase our ultimate damage. We don't tend to use ultimate that often. We're using the Wanderer's long coat right now. That seems fine. We'd upgrade our Jumper's deft leathers, which would give us it would be a damage decrease and ability, defense decrease and damage ability up by a tiny amount and an arrow regeneration. Yeah, I think I'm happy with what we got mostly. Anything here? We could change our grenade belt. Again, I'm kind of happy with what we got. Buy materials, and I can buy the pocket frog. Let's buy the pocket frog. Right. And that's the theme that we can buy here, apparently. Oh, I don't know what you can do with a theme. Oh, and a gift. We should buy the gift as well. Okay. And then there's some more decor. Right, head out.
Come back any.
And I want to have a look at the new thing that we got, which will be in our codex. We have an Antivan Crow thing we missed? Which one was it? Oh, we have many. Letter from House Deriva. Lucanus, you're right. We knew they were coming, but the Antam invasion still caught us unprepared. Buying a Talon was a move that paid off for them. Emil Cortez was too skilled, and we were too busy picking up the pieces when the strike came. Worse, they hit without warning and had us in their grip too fast. They bought someone else. Maybe a lot of someone's. We haven't yet found all the throats that need cutting. Now we have Canari in control of all Antiva. Treviso is like their favorite toy. They flaunt the occupation here, showing off how they took charge of our poor lawless people for their own good. I know you just got out and too much has happened already, but we still have work to do. Viago. The De La Morte vineyards. Or vineyards. Viago. Do you have a map of the Antam's movements through Antiva, or record of their activity? From an offhand remark, I learned that a vineyard south of Treviso was burnt to the ground. It was one owned by the De La Mortes. I visited a few times. I remember the sign at the front gate with its brightly painted vines. Katerina was ensuring the families impacted were taken care of. I should ensure the same. Lucanus. Note attached to Viego's reply. V has attached everything you need to know and more. I've added a list of every contract closed with an Antam as the target. We have suffered, but the Antam have never been unchallenged. I have a bottle from a vineyard you mentioned. We'll drink when Treviso is ours again, and it will be all the sweeter. Thea. Seeking Zara. Lucanus. Here's everything I could find on Zara, at least when she's in Minrathous. As you know too well, she's frequently absent from the city, from the country itself half the time. Those trips are for longer than people think. Rumour has it she gets an impostor to sit in the magisterium meetings for her. She wants the glamour of power without the boredom. She used to sponsor magical research in Minrathous, but that stopped abruptly, likely when she took her hobbies elsewhere. Nev. Attached to Nev's notes. Thea. Zara will still have associates in Treviso. If these notes can help track them down, use them. Perhaps a frequent guest at her gatherings, or money we can follow since it left the Tevinter Imperium. Zara is vain, egotistical, and cruel. Expect nothing less from those who sought her favour. Lucanus. Is that us? Yeah, it's just got everything that we need to get in there. That's not why I came in here. I came in here because we got a new memento. Wanted to see what was up with that. Pocket Frog. The master cut away all that was not glory, and their perfection was witnessed by a singular vault. June said, sweep in their wake and make each imperfection a shared simple joy. Still says that we've got stuff we haven't read in here. I think I have read all of these, but some of them were read in the shop. There we go. So that should now be... Nope, still thinks we haven't read everything. How do we feel now? Now we feel good. Right. That's good.
Time.
Okay, ooh, what's this? More lore? It is lore. I would love to pick up the lore. I could just get the right angle to pick it up. There we go. From Erlin's journey, who's this Morgan? Or journal, who's this Morgan? Strife brought in a mage named Morgan. They have some kind of history. I don't care much for her. This is our forest and we've been defending it. Now she wanders in like she rules Arlathan. Farther down the page. After I wrote that, I asked around about her. Morgan may be uppity, but I guess anyone of her family would be. They say her mother was Flemeth, the legendary witch of the wilds that we still tell tales about. She has a bunch of witch daughters all over the place. Some say Flemeth was immortal, so I don't know what makes Morgan... What that makes Morgan. Scary, I guess? They say Morgan's an incredibly dangerous mage, that she's into blood magic, she's a shapeshifter, she can turn into a dragon, she was advisor to the Inquisition, and she's had more lovers than trees in the forest. She wanders the world being mysterious, popping up whenever it suits her fancy. I don't know what's truth or not, but I'm watching my back around her. Interesting. Also, wait a second. Going back to that. If it is, yeah. That's the older design for Morgan, right? Like that looks more like what she looks like in Dragon Age Origins than in this game. Interesting. Yeah, because I mean, in this one, she's wearing what I would say is more of what Flemeth was wearing previously. Now she's effectively taking up the mantle of wearing the weird outfit. Okay. Well, let's head out. Where are we going? Into the main area, and then we'll figure it out from there. Wonderful. Let's take the ladder up, which will save us having to walk around. Not that it's that much of a distance. Would have fast traveled if there was one that was closer, but I think it's pretty much here anyway. Yep. Okay. Oh, we got one. Can we do anything with this now? Still nothing we can do with those, huh? Well, let's start quest.
Watch ahead.
Harding wants to get better at using her strange new abilities. Okay. I gain currency. Okay, I think some things are fighting each other and I'm now having to deal with it. Right.
Oh, is it time again?
Let's hit this one. Right, killed it. Keep shooting. Okay, I don't like the way that they go underwater. I hate that. Okay. Nice. Got it. Nice. And now it's dead.
Knew you could do it, Rook.
Okay. So yeah, I think if things fight each other around the world, you still get resources for it. So, but it still puts you in combat. Even when you're in the quest screen, weirdly. Harding wants to get better at using her strange new abilities and heads to Arthan Forest for some much needed practice, saying it quickly so that we don't get interrupted.
This should be perfect. It's wide open, lots of rocks, and away from people. I don't want to try anything where I could hit someone.
Maybe if I see more of this stone magic, it'll seem less weird.
This is all new to me too, you know. Come on.
Being able to move the terrain's gonna be really useful for a scout.
Getting up high for good vantage.
Let's try it out. For practice.
Okay, so it's saying that this is a path that, or the reason why she's acting the way that she is right now is because of something we said before. So she appreciates that we were honest about her magic being bizarre, which is why we're having this conversation. That's what we're saying at the side. I'm not walking forward so it didn't progress the dialogue.
All right. See this rock? I'm gonna move it. Oh, awkward.
Okay. Keep trying.
Don't give up. You're still new at this.
I can do this. I can do this.
You can do this.
But I did it before, when we were fighting Darkspawn.
We were in danger. Maybe that helped.
So, a mental cue. Some kind of emotional trigger.
Okay. Like you're protecting someone.
Maybe you could think about how your abilities protect us.
Instinct. Protection. Shield myself. Shield others. If I had this magic before, I could have... I could have protected the people who matter.
I'm also realizing that we were kind of meant to do this before we went to Treviso, because it's her ability we've been using to raise all the rocks all over the place. Well, the rules say, wanna talk?
I'm here for you. If you want to vent.
And make us both miserable? Let's not. I just want to enjoy the moment. Being around you makes me feel lighter somehow.
I'm gonna say the bottom one.
Not sure I have anything to do with it. But hey, it's good to be useful.
I hope so.
Oh?
I mean, you know, getting stuff off high shelves.
Right. Are you blushing?
No. I mean, yeah. You try moving rocks with your mind. I mean, I should go practice more. Shouldn't I? I should.
I wonder what's up there. Think you could find us a route?
Maybe. I'll take a look.
Okay. So this is what
Got
raises
it.
this up and down. I see. So am I meant to go on it and then use it?
Heard ya.
There we go. I don't think I was meant to be on it, but that's okay. I think we could
I
have
bet
just
you
climbed.
can move this to give us something to climb on.
Okay. Move over here. Continue destroying these. Yeah. So move that down.
I'm on it.
Well done.
Cool.
Let's find.
The multitudes called out, finding solace in each other.
What?
I don't know. I was just saying something, wasn't I? Huh. Just came to me.
Do you think... I'm gonna be mad, right, if this is true. But she said solace as solace, right? Do you think that she said solace as her pronunciation for it because it sounds like solace? You know, the bald elf in our mind? I'm just saying, like, it's a little suspicious that she said it in the same way. It could just be pronunciation, though. Like a different pronunciation, but I'm just like, I hope they don't do anything with that. Right. Moving forward. Anything else for us to do here? It does give us weapons, which implies it's
Think
an
you
area
could clear a path for us?
where we can do other things, but just want to see. Nah, it doesn't look like there's anything to do here. Yeah, so literally this is just Harding's ability,
You got it.
which it gave us access to in
Look
Treviso.
at that. You're getting good.
Because she wasn't there, and that was why it had the symbol of the dagger.
Wanna try another one?
Why not?
Okay, so that explains how we were able to do it. We weren't able to do it. It was Harding who was doing it. Makes a lot more sense. Okay. We just haven't
Leave it
done
to
the
me.
tutorial yet.
There you go.
Practice is really helping, huh?
I might even be ready for a bigger challenge now.
So it's a combat
So
area.
many rocks. And they feel different. That one's granite. That one's slate. I think that one might be quartz. I wonder if the rock's composition affects my magic. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Let's get back to it. Practicing, I mean.
Okay. We'll obviously pull that out.
Right.
Oh, right.
Let's find a couple more.
And then pull that out.
Of course.
It's no
Okay.
trouble for you now.
I know. This is great.
Let's try and do a running jump. There we go. It's a little better. Use it.
Right.
Look,
Okay.
the abilities are still strange, but at least you're learning to control them.
Oh, absolutely.
And a chest.
What was that?
Ow.
Someone's in trouble.
Also, we got Spelunker gear. More damage and Sunder duration goes up. Packed hardened leather is perfect for traversing the harshest stretches of the deep roads. I like the destination penetration one more, but anyway. Could you give me a little heal?
Got it.
And bash.
Over here, Harding. We need to move quick.
Okay.
Please, someone! Is anyone out there?
Someone's in trouble. We need to go.
Okay. Grab that. Place. Is there anything down on the bottom rank? Let's just have a look down here while we're yeah, as we're about to move on. Nothing here, nothing back here. Something for getting a little extra potions if we needed it. Definitely implies that there might be a fight here. It's giving us potion stuff. But we'll see. Climb. So not all of the companion quests are peaceful, as we're finding out. This looks like a way back, potentially. Okay. Forward.
I can't move.
Hold on.
So that's the way it wants us to go. So let's go this way instead. Oh, this isn't a way. This is nothing. Okay. Never mind. Let's carry on. Currently inaccessible. Okay. So this might be an area we come back to outside of her quest, potentially.
Up over there. I bet that's where he is.
Okay. That's fine.
There's no way up from here. Let's look around.
Yep, we'll grab ourselves a flawless crystal. Still nothing else here. Some heartwood. Okay. Screaming out in agony, and I'm just like,
how about if you move this rock?
I can just pick up all this stuff. Ooh. Or flawless crystals. Let's just jump in the water and die. I mean, Rook never learned how to swim. It wasn't important, I guess, as a Veil jumper. Right. Climb here.
There he is. Let's hurry.
Okay. This looks like it's about to collapse. Nope.
Easy.
Maker. I thought I was dead for sure.
You alright?
How are you feeling? How's the leg?
Broken, I think. But I'm alive. And I'm grateful for that. The rocks. How did you do that?
Harding?
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Sister, I feel you, touched by the ancients as I was. Find me. Look to those closest to the stone, and find me.
Harding. What's wrong? What are you hearing?
I'm sorry. Let's just get our friend to safety, and then we'll talk. Ugh. Okay.
Interesting. That sounded like it could be the dwarf from the end of the Descent DLC. It's intriguing. Okay. After practicing her newfound gifts in Arlathan Forest, Harding has learned to call upon the ability reliably. While on her excursion, however, she was interrupted by a mysterious voice that only she could hear. The voice told Harding to seek out those closest to the stone for the answers she seeks. And she can get a thing that she doesn't have anything of right now, a keepsake, which is increased healing, critical damage, and critical hits versus bleeding enemies at 1 stack of bleeding. Memento from a friend gifted before parting ways. The pin is in the shape of an owl swooping down to snatch its prey. Okay. Awesome. And then I'm assuming if we go along there, yeah, now the map's revealed, so that we could go back along there to get the other stuff if we wanted to. And there's another quest along there as well. Okay. Well, first of all, let's go to Companions. And we'll head along to Harding. It's just the armor we never equipped. And then we'll head along to Library. Dwarven People. Thoughts on Isatunul. Harding. How can anything be both all and one, together but separate? It doesn't make any sense, does it? But of course it doesn't make sense. You can't make sense of an idea without a word to define it, to give it shape and boundary. Maybe Isatunul is a word we forgot, and then we forgot that Isatunul was possible. Think about ants. Ants know what they are. They know their purpose, and they must understand instinctually how that purpose fits within the whole. What if it doesn't end there? What if their consciousness isn't just individual? What if the nest itself knew what it was, a collective sentience of some kind? Nothing says the ants don't have a collective sentience. We just assume they don't because they're ants. Ants or bees or darkspawn. Now there's a thought. Love Dagna, Inquisition Arcanist. I think Dagna was the blacksmith in Inquisition. She was the person who did all your equipment, I think. Alright, we got a lot of dwarf lore. Harding's notes, thoughts on stone sense. I can more reliably use my new abilities now thanks to Rook's encouragement. Oddly enough, it's easier to handle certain kinds of rock. Maybe, or some just don't seem to respond to me. Is that a Titan thing? Maybe the stone was closer to or part of a Titan? Maybe I just need to get better? I don't know. Must be stone sense, just extra. I can now do things that people with stone sense can do. If I concentrate hard, I can tell there's a cavern close by, or water, or a lyrium vein. I can tell different types of rock apart. They sound different, but I'm listening with something other than my ears. Makes no sense written down, but it feels true. So it could be that people with stone sense simply were more tuned into what dwarves were always meant to be tuned into. Encouragement from Harding's Ma. Dearest Lace, remember when Sir Russ bucked and threw you and you landed face first on that pitchfork? There were so many tears those first weeks, but not recognizing yourself in the mirror. That was mostly the swelling, and in the end, the scar didn't ruin anything. You learned to accept it as part of you. Of course, the Titan's gift changes you. Every day adds something new. Sometimes it's little, sometimes it's big, and often it's painful, but it doesn't lessen us. Change is difficult, but all growth is, and a thing that stops growing, well, it's dead, isn't it? I do worry, of course, about what it all means, but I've always worried a little about your adventures. Whatever comes, I know you are strong enough to bear it. Love, Ma. Okay. Harding's notes, Kal Sharok. I've been thinking about Kal Sharok. Aside from Orzammar, it's the only other great Tig we know about. It was supposedly destroyed in the first Blight. The Tig was in the Darkspawn's path, and the dwarf sealed it off and retreated to Orzammar. They abandoned their own people, and then, about 20 years ago, we learned that the city survived and continues to hold a terrible and justified grudge against Orzammar. Kal Sharok has secrets. Many, many secrets. How they survived the Blight is one, and, I hope, a greater understanding of the Titans is another. Charter knows people who can put me in touch. I hope they're okay talking to me. It doesn't matter if they don't know much more than I do. If they accept the Titans and are curious about them, it will be a huge improvement over Orzammar. Orzammar and Titans. Getting a strong feeling that Orzammar doesn't want to acknowledge the Titans' existence. You'd think the capital of dwarven civilization would be interested in the history of our people, but nope. Almost 10 years since Shaper Valta connected with her Titan, and they don't care. I know they know. I delivered the Inquisition report to the Assembly myself. Technically, I delivered it to an Assembly aide because I'm a surfacer and I don't get to be anywhere near the Assembly Hall. Sure wasn't fun learning that. Records that exist outside of Orzammar mention great sleeping Titans and the first ancestors. Maybe Orzammar's leaders removed all reference to the Titans from their memories on purpose. Maybe they buried our report on Valta for the same reason. Are they afraid of something? Maybe accepting that we all came from the Titans will make it harder for them to defend the caste system and their treatment of the casteless. Ugh. Okay. Interesting. Also, pretty much I'm taking as confirmation that Shaper Valta is not the Oracle, because that was the person who went with you in the descent. But interesting that they specifically called them out by name as well. Okay. Cool. Well, I am going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, I think we're going to do Balara's quest, and then we're probably going to do a lot of exploration in Arlathan. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.